Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Political Lowdown. I make videos about ongoing international events. Last year I made two videos. My first video was about exploring US-China tensions and how cultural interactions and concepts influence international relations. The video delved deep into showing how China interprets US cultural interactions, which in turn influence their actions in response. My second video looked at the logical arguments justifying nuclear deterrence. I picked apart the arguments in favour of nuclear deterrence and then explored the recent threats made by Putin during the Ukraine-Russia conflict to show how that nuclear deterrence does not work. But what can you expect from me and this channel? I want to make videos that offer alternative perspective on international events using current events to explore IR theory. But it is worth quickly asking, what is IR theory? Why study it and why have theories at all? It's important to understand that IR theory itself is not a theory but a collection of theories that seek to understand the world of international politics. The two most predominant theories that underpin international relations are liberalism and realism. However, over the course of the discipline's history, a wide variety of different theories have emerged. Liberalism in international relations has been described as a utopian-style theory. Advocates for liberalism believe humans to be innately good, and that other liberal states have no other reason to go to war with each other, as liberal states believe peace is not only possible but desirable. Immanuel Kant, for example, was one of the earliest pioneers of this belief. This is the foundation and prevailing theme around liberalism, that promotes that the more liberal states there are, there would be less violence and war on the global stage. This has led to other similar theories, such as the democratic peace theory, which posits that democracies do not attack each other. This is contrasted by realism, which takes a more cynical worldview. Emerging as an alternative to liberalism during the Second World War and the failure of the League of Nations to further prevent war, signalled an end to the liberal world order and the ideals it stood for. Since there is no world sovereign which dictates the rules and regulations on the international stage, realists describe the international stage as a system of international anarchy. This is why war seems to be more common than peace to realists. Indeed, they see it as inevitable. As states are self-interested and seek their own security and survival, this promotes a worldview that is more realpolitik. But why theories? Theories help us to frame our understanding of the world around us, and they offer a lens for understanding different perspectives. Each theory has its own advantages and disadvantages, and each theory is not conclusive. This means that some theories may be better suited for explaining certain situations, but they're not always the correct answer, as any number of counter-arguments can be made. To give an example, in the book on international relations theory, the author summarizes the use of theories using an analogy. If you were to Google the Singapore MRT on images, you would see a map of Singapore's mass rapid transit network. There are lines, stations, and some basic access information, but you'll not see public toilets, roads, banks, or shops, since they're not essential for the user to see when travelling, but only seeing for the end destination. Each theory is similar in that it will only focus on what it deems to be the most important factors to focus on. Variables to plot on an IR map would be such as states, organisations, peoples, economics, history, ideas, class, gender, and so on. Academics, scholars, and theories will use variables to construct a simplified worldview to analyse certain events. IR theories are an analytical tool, a method for analysing the world, understanding certain events and answering questions. To give a better sense of the sort of topics that will be covered, I want to cover global events, but use different IR theories to better understand those events. For example, the current global rivalry between China and the USA offers an opportunity to explore how global rivalries work. Do we live in a bipolar or multipolar world? And how can we better understand how rivalries work through the theory of realism? Or for another example, the current conflict in Ukraine can explore questions such as the role of international norms in deterring conflict. How does sovereignty work in the 21st century? It's these types of questions around global events that can be analysed and explored through any number of different questions. That is simply the aim of this channel, to cover topics to better understand them. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this content and look forward to more, please subscribe. Bye bye.